94.7 Blair Radio. Our nonprofit news is brought to us by RVR Bank. Again, I want to say thank you to RVR Bank for being fantastic partners and being able to make sure that we're able to get the information out to you as we go. Wondering where we're at? We're right now in the depot at Lions Park. And I just had you introduce yourself.
I'm Dawn Nielsen. I'm the president of the Blair Historic Preservation Alliance.
And you guys do a lot, the Preservation Alliance, historic, making sure that the history of Blair is really focused on and highlighted, and it's well maintained.
Well, that's kind of what we've been doing recently, certainly.
Okay.
Working on making sure it stays well maintained.
So, in fact, there's been a facelift going on.
Exactly.
And so that's kind of what we're talking about today, is just the work you've been putting into it. Now, you actually, it's a big process. It's been a project. For how long have you been working on this?
Well, it's been several years that we've been talking to the city, talking to the Parks Department about there are things that need to be kind of spruced up here in the depot. It's 13 years since the depot was preserved and restored, and we had our big dedication ceremony here 13 years ago, the end of June, so this is right on our anniversary. On our anniversary. And there were things like, the exterior paint on the doors was peeling a little bit. The floor in here, this is what we call the passenger side of the depot.
Sure.
The other room is the cargo side, so there's a difference in the floor and the lights to kind of denote that, historically give that suggestion. And this, we didn't know ahead of time when it was getting restored, but this side of the depot is where people like to serve. They put their crock pots out on tables, and so over time there was a lot of food that got kind of worked into this floor, and it was not looking very good. So that was something I was really pushing for, that we see if we can do something to improve the appearance of the floor.
Do some cleanup, the seal, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and actually when we went to the city then in March, where we went to the Parks Department first, said these are the things we'd like to see done. And they said, great, you have our blessing, go to the city council and talk to them. So we did, and at the March city council meeting, we made our case. We also donated $5,000 from the VHBA funds to kind of kickstart getting this actually done. And then they matched it with $5,000 of Keno funds, so we had some money to work with.
Yes.
And then we got a bid to actually sand the floor, get it refinished, repaired, and so that got done in April. And then just in the last couple of weeks, I talked to CJ Heaton at the city, and I said, can we maybe get this done by the 4th of July?
Sure.
so he said, yeah, it's time, we need to get this done. So in the last couple of weeks, the Parks Department has been here, and they have, well, first of all, CJ ordered some new tables.
Yeah.
The old serving tables that were in here actually were recycled from the old library, the old computer tables. And then last year when there was vandalism, they broke one of the tables and they kind of patched something up. But it didn't look very nice. So CJ ordered new tables, and they look great. They've got wheels on them, they've got outlets, so people can still use them as they have for serving, putting out their crock pots and everything. So that got done. And then the city came in and they actually did more than what we asked them to do.
Isn't that always amazing to see when they do more?
Yeah, they did.
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond. So they not only, inside, they touched up the brown paint on the walls, and there were some places it's been nicked. And again, it's
just time.
It's 13 years. This is an old building to begin with, and when they restored it, they really tried. You can see it's beadboard all over, and they really tried to replicate that throughout. But it's it needs attention every so often.
Yeah.
So they did that. They also, oh, and by the way, this building gets used every weekend.
Yes.
It gets reserved and maybe even more than once a weekend. So there's a lot of traffic that's coming through.
Well, and it serves in a great way. It serves the capacity that the city needs.
Yeah, and people really appreciate having it. It's not super expensive. It's not like reserving an event center someplace.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you can have a birthday party here. You can have a reunion, graduation party.
Yeah.
So it just needed some work. I think they also cleaned the floor in the big room, the cargo side. Now, that's a pretty rough floor again, and again they were kind of trying to replicate the historic appearance.
Right.
But it doesn't clean up as nicely as this floor.
Well, right. It's floor and you have a rough floor.
Yeah, right.
Two purposes in history.
Right, exactly. So anyway, I think they managed to clean it up, kind of wash it, buff it, and put some kind of a finish on it at least. So it's got
and sealed it and everything like
yeah.
that.
So that's looking really nice. They've done some cleaning, and then outside, they power washed the exterior.
I saw a photo of somebody power washing it.
Yeah, right. And they power washed the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And the city came around and they repainted the doors, and they repainted all the brackets. Which,
Right, I saw
Yeah.
that they were actually wrapping that up the other day.
Yeah, right. And those brackets are really cool because those are actually original
Wow.
1880 wooden brackets. And I suppose they have so many layers of paint on them, they've been preserved as a result.
Yes.
But that's just really cool to have.
Yeah.
I mean,
original.
yeah, our history in this area doesn't go back, at least, when we came, that far, but it's nice to have a little bit of history.
Something that actually was from
Yeah,
that time.
was from
And
that
so
time.
It goes back. And
Right.
so with that, you were able to fund it, but then, like you said, the city went above and beyond.
Right.
And now it is ready to go, isn't it?
Right, it is. I think it is. And I think they worked around people renting it even last weekend. So, like Tom Koschel, who was power washing, said, "Can I come in on Sunday?" And they said, "Nope, somebody's got it reserved."
Yeah.
So you have to work around.
Work around it. So, but again, it's important to be able to keep these pieces, to be able to walk through and be a part of the history,
Yeah,
because that just shows where we're from and where we're going.
Right, and how cool is it to be able to hang out in a historic building for a while?
That's exactly right. And so now you're the Preservation Society. Again, it's a nonprofit, but that does not mean no money. That's a phrase I like to put out there. Nonprofit does not mean no money.
Right.
So how can people get involved to be able to help preserve and be able to keep in the integrity of the history of Blair?
Well, you can certainly become a member of the Blair Historic Preservation Alliance. We do have a website. We now have a banner out on the front, and our banner is up there. The website is there. There's actually a QR code as well.
Yeah.
And actually, the website will take you to all sorts of historic pictures from Blair. So if you want to just look around and enjoy looking at Blair history. So you can become a member. You can certainly just give us a donation. We're happy to get donations, and like when they do the Washington County Gives, it's really nice to get that some people do donate to us. Not a whole lot, but every little bit helps.
Well, and remember, Washington County Gives is coming up. It's early to think about it, but this Tuesday after Thanksgiving, that day is a fantastic day to be able to give, because when you give through that, 100% of what you're giving goes exactly to the cause, and the pass-through fees have been taken care of. So it's a great way to be able to do that.
Right. So and we really appreciate that. And in past years, we have also worked with the Washington County Museum to put out a historic calendar every year. And so when people buy the calendar, that helps us as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then you have this beautiful facility, this beautiful building here. It makes a great backdrop, whether it's for wedding photos or graduation of senior photos or just life in general, or if you want to be able to do a concert in a park.
Yeah, Yeah.
See, it's a fantastic venue. So I think that is the key, is to be able to maintain something like this and have it be able to be multifold purpose for the community.
Yeah,
So thank
absolutely.
you guys
Yeah,
for doing what
yeah.
you do.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And again, if you have any questions, we'll link the website and be able to go to that and be able to make sure that people have a way to be able to access and learn more about you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank
So-
you so much.
Again, get involved and learn more about the history of Blair. A great way to do that is get us involved in societies like this.
Yes, thank you.